already know what it is. It's the ZoWhat show, man. You already know how I get down. I got to get started up in here. Look who showed up today. We got a couple of people in the building getting ready to jump on an amazing topic. When I tell you this topic is for real, when I tell you this is a long... Listen. If this is your first time tuning in to the ZoWhat show, please understand a little bit about what we do, man. You know, dig? Just understand a taste of what we do. We bring an entirely different perspective to the news game, current events, or whatnot. Everybody just move this week. And get everybody move. Ladies and gentlemen, the ZoWhat show is live. The homies is in the building. We gonna turn up. That's all I can tell you. We are going to turn up because there are some important things that must be dealt with. Not for 1,000 years. Must be dealt with. You will not be shown an ounce of leniency.
I don't know where that dude is from, but he cracks me the fuck up.
Yonder dig. Wait, let's bring that back one more time.
You're now locked into Zoe Williams. VOR Radio. On Dash Radio. Yonder dig.
Got to know. Got to know. You got to know.
Yo, this shit about to be crazy. So, as is commonplace, the ZoWhat show is pretty much a news show.
For the most part.
For the most part. We cover current events and topics, you know, and our perspectives usually take us way the fuck over there.
You stop on that way, nigga. You gotta keep on going.
You know, dig? So it's crazy, man. So, but as is commonplace, before we even get into the topics, what we like to do is shout out everybody and shout out some businesses that we love to support. It's only two of them, really, plus my own and Kev's and Jeff's. And you know what I'm saying? It's not. We like to shout people out. So let me do this
I do have
really quickly. Let me shout out Hidden Colors 5.
Haven't seen it.
Yeah, man, I was in it.
What?
Yeah, man. We had an incredible, I mean, damn, I wasn't even in LA, and the LA turnout was nuts. I was in North Carolina for the North Carolina turnout.
Premiere?
And yeah, the premiere turnout. People showed up big time. It was great, man, and I got a lot of positive feedback, so I want to shout out Brother Tariq Nasheed for giving me an opportunity to do that thing. And
can I say this about Brother Tariq? You know,
in
the middle of your shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
He's living proof, him, Cat Williams, cats like that we are enough.
Yeah.
We are enough. We are financially enough. We are socially enough. We are professionally enough. Now, I'm sorry.
Okay. I mean, you know, it's only radio. It's not like there are no rules to radio. I guess you just turn on the mic.
Rules are for follow us.
Turn on the mic and start talking. You know, just.
That's how it goes, I guess.
Hey, you know, what had happened was I had walked down the street and then there was some buttermilk and cornbread. I put the two together and.
You got soul food.
You understand?
I put the two together.
Buttermilk, cornbread together, you know, it's filling and makes you feel good.
Freedom was coming over.
You understand? Ain't nothing like buttermilk and cornbread. buttermilk and crumb bread like peanut butter and jelly. Them shit go together.
Say jelly. How you say jelly, nigga?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Hilarious.
So yeah, let me just say, man, it's so much shit going on in the world right now. I need everybody to hit the like button, the share button, because we need to get a lot of people in here to support this topic because we really about to go ham. I mean, I know we starting off jovial and shit, but we really about to go ham.
ET's about to go down in the town.
So before we do that, total package energy.
Total package crack juice.
Oh yeah.
Total package crack juice, yo.
Listen here, Hogan. You want to attack me with my energy source? I'm going to break you down, Hogan. You've never been a true friend.
Yes, I have, brother. Let me tell you, brother. You think they made your total package energy and stopped making it, brother? I'm taking it too.
Oh, yeah, Hogan. I know your games, man. You're not the friend you claim to be. And I'm going to expose you, Hogan. So, again, Total Package Energy, tell them Zoe Williams sent you. Go over there and get 49,000 cases.
49,000
I'm
on
dead
the money.
ass serious.
On the money.
49,000
Don't you buy one over there.
I am dead ass.
Oh, okay. Total Package Energy. And then there's Beal Sauce.
Oh, shit.
Bills.
My God.
Beal Sauce. Shit so good, make you want to cry, nigga.
Man.
Nigga.
You know, hey, Beal Sauce. Great hot sauce company. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to support Beal Sauce, that brand. I want everybody to get down with them. Black-owned business. Both of them are black-owned businesses. Please get down with them. Support them right now. Show them love. If you're still barbecuing, Beal Sauce has a place in your life.
You got 2 more months of barbecue.
Yeah, in the dig. So please support them. I need everybody in the chat room to hit the like button, hit the share button. When I say chat room dash Talk X listeners, please understand what that means. I'm talking to my YouTube audience. Why? Because if we are broadcasting this show live to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is at 52,000 subscribers. And we're at 9.7 million. We're about to cross the 10 million views mark.
Oh, shit.
You wonder
Oh, shit. You
the baby face.
motherfucker.
You under
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. So,
Nigga, that's the
You need a
total
sip of
package
that
crack.
total package.
Yeah, that's what it is. Man.
Is that what it is?
so look, here's the thing though. We almost got 500 people in here watching live. I know this is the beginning of the show. It's just getting started. I need 500 books sold. And I'm dead ass serious. I promote a gang of shit, and sometimes my shit takes a hit. It really does. It be in the background like, doo-doo-doo. Fuck him. He here every day.
Yeah. Your books is in the background with their arms out like this?
Yeah. What happened? Hey, who had said?
Who had said?
What's your name now?
That's
What
right.
had happened was
What mama and them?
No, on some real shit. So, you know, we've been taking a hit. Nobody's buying the books, and we need some help. So, listen, I'm asking that there's 511 people in my chat room right now. The number is growing. By the time this show gets full steam, we're going to have about 15 to 2,000 people in here, 1,500 to 2,000 people in here. I'm asking that everybody, one person, buy a book. It could be a Kindle version. It could be a paperback version. You can go to my website, IamZoWilliams.com. It could be audio,
Right now.
Audible. You could do all of that. But I need everybody to get a book.
And stop
Right
acting like it's
now.
on some bullshit. Stop acting like he doing you a favor. You doing Zoe a favor by buying Zoe book. It ain't like when you buy your cousin's CD that you know can't rap, made by some niggas you know can't produce. No, this is that shit.
Yeah, man. Like, for real, for real. Somebody said, where is the relationship dismount physical copies? Amazon. Amazon has 3 formats. They got Kindle, they got Audible, and they got the paperback. So you can go to Amazon.com and I mean really cash mob your bro today. It is important and imperative that we sell 500 copies of the book today. I don't see that as difficult. It's 500 copies is what I'm asking for today.
Yeah, you get about how many people in the chat room every day?
Come on, man.
Right.
Like I said, we're going to have, by the end of this show, 2,000 people.
And you just asking for 500 of them to make a dent in their own life?
That's it.
You was asking for 25%?
That's
Come on,
it.
y'all.
Now, you can get the holographic relationship at IamZoWilliams.com. I go to the post office every Tuesday. IamZoWilliams.com. I'm going to the post office tomorrow, right after New gets his workout in. Yeah. The young lion is in the building.
Jumping out the gym.
You got it in. We about to get it in. For the final 3 weeks of summer, we about to get it in.
Okay.
All right? So, listen, if you want your package to go out tomorrow, go to my website, IamZoWilliams.com. Purchase a copy of the relationship, the holographic relationship right now.
That one
All
too?
right. Kev, what do you have on deck?
Yeah, so last week we were talking about do melanated people need sunscreen? And so if you want to know why you don't need sunscreen, all you need to do is buy the Great Book of Melanin Research. And it really, all you need to do is ask yourself this question. Does a plant need sunscreen? If a plant doesn't need sunscreen,
Why
you
do
don't.
you?
Because your melanin does the exact same thing as a plant, photosynthesis. It synthesizes the sun into energy. Your melanin does that, but on to 1,000 times what chlorophyll does. So that's in this book, Great Book of Melanin Research. Go to realnoggets.com, click on the Naga Knowledge Shop, and if you buy the hard copy, you will get the constitutional rights card. This card everyone needs at a police stop. If you don't know your rights, just basic rights. Constitutional rights, how not to say anything to the police, when they can and when they can't talk to you, stuff like that. So go to Real Noggins, you'll get that. If you buy the hard copy, you'll get the card for free. Actually, this week, just for this week only, I'm giving you the whole package. That's the card, and you'll also get the Know Your Rights manual. This is also the information on how to file a bond, how to file a bond claim on a police officer if your rights are violated at a traffic stop. Also, it has a link to how to sue a police officer, state and federal. And it also has resources from a judge's resource, a judge's resource that I have access to. And so everything in here is from the judge's resource, the traffic resource that they use to convict you is in this book. So realnoggets.com, Naga Knowledge Shop, and for the T-shirts, bossbabytrump.com.
All right, here we go. Jeff Brown, I know you got something, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yes,
Oh,
talk to
yes,
us about
sir.
what you got.
You already know.
Sorry. Hold on, Jeff. Wait. Let me get you right. Let me get Jeff right. Jeff has to be gotten right.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
And you,
Jeff,
speaking
tell
of-
us what you
oh,
got.
Shit.
Come on, Jeff. What you got?
Oh, shit. If you got a TV, daughter and son, I want you to tune in to TV One, where you will see me on the DL Hughley show. Most of you niggas didn't know that I'm writing, reciting, doing poetry like you know it's me, doing all kind of shit. Turn in, watch that shit, and be on the lookout for Geoff Brown's barbecue sauce, nigga. I got my own barbecue sauce coming out, nigga. And the Geoff Brown Quite Possible Burger. I got a burger that's killing the Impossible Burger, and ain't nothing in it that is artificial. It is all from the earth and will make you bite your fucking fingers off. Coming soon.
At possible,
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, listen, we about to jump into the show. Current events. This shit about to be crazy. I know you think I'm going to start with one topic that's really going nuts right now, but I ain't going to start with that. I'm going to start with the shit they trying to get you not to pay attention to. Are you niggas ready?
you
Oh, wait a
niggas
minute.
ready?
Wait. Hold on, pimp. I got one more thing to promote.
Oh, yeah. Timmy Tight.
August 10th, if you're in Houston, Texas, so will I. I'll be in Houston, Texas on the 10th, man.
Oh, shit.
The Ensemble Theater at 6:30 p.m. sharp.
What you doing?
Attitudes and Solutions with Zoe Williams, Relationship Roundtable. Houston wants me to come there and slap them upside the dome
Wow.
piece. I'm about to do it. 3535 Main Street, Houston, Texas, 77002. Show starts at 6:30 p.m. Pre-sale tickets. Get them now.
Be there with your book to get it signed.
You under dig? Hell yeah, bring your book. Yeah, a lot of Texans done bought this book, man.
Bring your book.
I'ma sign whatever book you show up with. Get at ya, brother.
That he wrote. Don't be showing up with other shit.
You under dig? If you want more information, you can email. Why is a dude's name Insatiable?
What?
Insatiable spelled with an N.
And he want dudes to repeat that?
Okay, so it's spelled N, the letter N, satiable.
Nick Cannon's little cousin?
Insatiable emotion at AOL.com.
He ain't got no uncles, no daddy, no cousin. Nobody to run that by.
Insatiable emotion at AOL.com.
What would you tell your nephew, Uncle Negative? What would you tell your...
Oh, God.
Uncle Kill Your Dreams?
Oh, shit. Uncle Dream Killer, what would you tell him?
Hold on now. What did you say your name was?
Insatiable.
Say this shit again. Hold on. Ruth Ann.
Ruth Ann, is that his mama name?
Ruth Ann, I want you to leave. Chandra Nikwa, I want you to leave.
You cleaning the room out, Uncle?
Because I need to talk to this little motherfucker by himself. You know what I'm saying?
I don't need the feminine energy.
Say your name again. Hold on, hurry up and get out. Close the door behind you.
It's insatiable, Uncle.
Fuck you say your name was, boy.
It's insatiable.
Insatiable.
Why you coming at me like that?
It's like
What the fuck that mean, boy? It's insatiable. What?
It mean what it mean, Uncle. You know, insatiable, girl. You know.
Maybe he's a prince.
Boy, you sound sweeter than a pack of alligators on Halloween, nigga. Bring your little bitch ass. What the?
Like now later dipped in sugar.
Yes. What the fuck?
Maybe the boy's a Prince fan.
That's right. Down to the Don, Captain Christmas cookies.
Let me just say this, man. I just got to be honest about male Prince fans, except for Jeff.
I'm about to say, bro. Watch yourself now.
Jeff be. Let me just.
Watch yourself.
He said, hold
Watch
up,
yourself.
nigga.
This motherfucker Jeff be sensitive as hell
What you
about
got to say
Prince.
about Prince?
Yeah,
nigga?
watch your face. Watch your face.
I'm just saying, man.
Watch your face
I'm
area.
just saying, man. Like
Help yourself. Help yourself now.
I be
Watch
hearing
yourself. Help
motherfuckers.
yourself.
Hold
Watch
on, man. I just be hearing a lot of dudes say, you know, Prince was manly. Now, Jeff, don't get in this. Don't step in this, Jeff.
I shut all that down.
Can you turn my mic on now?
He didn't claim a gender or whatever.
I shut all this down with one question.
Your mic is
Those
on.
of
Is
you,
it on? Yeah.
Those of you who think that Prince was gay, that Prince was feminine, would you let his girlfriend spend the weekend? Would you let your girlfriend spend the weekend with him? All right, now that we done with that shit, because after that she's
Hold on.
I bought you some flowers.
This how I do. You just shut him all the way down right here. This how you stop him. You stop him right here on the panel.
I'm done.
Now, let me just say this. A bisexual get your girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That shit sound deep as hell what you just said.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. No.
Ass chaps. The ass chaps.
Bisexual get your girl.
Okay.
Girls like fucking fairies.
I see the problem.
Male fairies.
I see what the problem
Dude, a
is.
fairy wouldn't fuck a girl.
No. I see what the problem is here.
Yes.
No, I disagree with that too. Because I don't believe in a bisexual man. You just a gay dude that get pussy from time to time.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Now,
That's real.
That's true.
let me say this. I don't care how much dick he took, sucked, gave to dudes.
whoa.
I don't care.
Hey.
Prince Rogers Nelson was the closest thing to Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart this earth has ever seen. And I don't give a fuck what he did when he got on stage, what purple chaps he wore.
Man. I'll do you one better. I think he was better than that dude.
Thank you. I was about to say, the fuck you talking about, Amadeus over him?
Anyway, here we go. Current events. Democratic House unanimously okays gay reparations bill.
What?
Giving tax refunds to same-sex couples.
Okay.
Washington, D.C., July 25th, 2019. The Democratic-controlled U.S. House of Representatives on Wednesday approved legislation enabling married same-sex couples to seek millions in tax refunds for unions that were not previously recognized under federal tax law. The Pride, Promoting Respect for Individuals' Dignity and Equality Act, removes sex-specific terms such as husband and wife from the federal tax code and allows couples married, while the Defense of Marriage Act, which protected states and the federal government from having to recognize same-sex marriages from states that chose to recognize them to claim tax refunds for which they were ineligible. The U.S. Supreme Court struck down DOMA in 2013, the Washington Blade reported that the Joint Committee on Taxation put the estimated amount the feds could have paid out if the bill becomes law at $67 million in reparations for same-sex couples.
Nobody has a comment on that?
I'm going to go to Geoff Brown.
Okay. Well, if you're upset about this, it's because your face ain't wet enough.
What does that mean, Geoff?
That means apparently America has not spit in your face enough to figure out.
Oh, saliva wet.
Yes, your face ain't wet enough. They haven't, like I used to say, and I still say, shit ain't got bad enough for black folks to entirely work together. I don't know what else you need to see. What else do they need to do to stop you from going? What I want to know what they need to stop. They need to do to stop black folks from going. See there, if he was white. See there, how much?
Do it again.
See there.
Do it again.
See there. I'm so tired of that shit. Is it not clear to you yet? Have you not figured out that there is a system that hates you and is trying desperately to kill you?
Listen here, son. Let me tell you something right now. Okay? See, let me tell you something. You done forgot some of the basic principles of how you survive here in America, little nigga. Let me tell you something. Let me explain something to you now. You keep your head low, you mind your motherfucking business, you stay out of trouble, you go to school, you go to work, you take care of your family, you do the right thing, you stay out this motherfucker way, you understand? It's always been his world now. What's wrong with you?
Stay out of his way.
You stay out of his way, goddammit. What's wrong with you, huh?
I can't wait to get this nigga in some makeup. I swear to God.
What's wrong with you, Jeff? You trying to teach niggas to be extraordinary or some shit? Huh? Let me tell you something. White people don't like extraordinary niggas. You understand me?
He wiggle when he's making his point.
You understand me, nigga? White people don't like extraordinary niggas.
Oh,
Fuck wrong with you?
Oh. And everybody, look. You may not be related to him, but you can't tell me this wasn't one of your uncle or granddaddy friends.
Come on, nigga.
Everybody knows this.
Everybody.
So, again, black people get slapped in the face with 9 inches of limp dick.
Because you
Right.
call yourself black.
We're going to co-op your whole, motherfucking struggle. We're going to co-op how to do it, how to get it done, how to mobilize. We're going to co-op all that shit, and we're going to get a tax refund before niggas get reparations?
Sure. Why not?
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't count one nickel.
Hey, listen, I don't want y'all to complain. Yeah. You live, ain't you? What the fuck is that right there? Look at that.
I just see your goddamn son.
What the fuck right there? Nigga, that's a roof. You know what I'm saying?
And it ain't on fire.
You know, that roof, nigga. You got a roof. And then what's in there? What's in the kitchen? You have Frigidaire?
With food in it.
You got Frigidaire, nigga? I just think that shit crazy.
But it's not, dude. If you don't understand law, government, politics, you ain't gonna get shit. And that's what it's about. The LGBTQ have created a class that can be acted upon. You, as black people, the law have said you don't exist in the law. So how can the law act on you if you don't exist?
Wow.
Yeah. Period. As simple as that.
So let me, according to Kevin Barringer, the Highland Barringers, there can be only one. According to Kev, you telling me that the one thing the LGBT community did that black civil rights activists didn't do was create a class.
Right.
Yes.
Is that what you telling me?
You already are in a class. It's just you're under what's called 14th Amendment class citizenship. You know, there's article citizens, 14th Amendment citizens. 14th Amendment citizens don't have rights. If you don't believe that, go look at the 14th Amendment and look for the word rights in the 14th Amendment. It is not in there. You have privileges and immunities.
What's the difference between privileges and immunities now? Huh?
What's the difference between?
I'm gonna tell you right now, nigga, I'm an American, you understand?
Okay.
And I got rights, nigga.
For sure.
You understand?
For sure.
Rights.
For sure.
Rights are not up to interpretation. Rights are not something that can be taken away by an individual who is on your level or above it. Privileges and immunities, that's some shit that, oh, you didn't clean your room? You grounded.
You've lost the privilege
Right.
to leave this house.
Thank you. Now you have a right to air and food and water. But what I tell my children, food, shelter, and clothing is clothes from the Goodwill, hot dogs, now and laters, and your ass sleep out in the shed. I've covered that basically. This extra shit is the house and the sneakers and the TV and the bikes. That's privileges. I don't have to give you that.
Right.
Exactly. So look, the difference, when most people think rights, they mistake rights for freedoms. They think it means freedom.
Come on, man.
But the word right comes from rect. It means to erect or to direct. So it's
Say me
actually
a hard dick. Because
a hard dick ain't always right, I can tell you that.
It ain't always right, but it wreck a butt.
Yeah, that's why I got a family down the street around the corner.
Okay, cool. Now we're learning something.
It has to deal with the geometry. So it's basically how your freedoms are organized so that they don't infringe upon anyone else's freedoms. But under the 14th Amendment, you don't have those. You have privileges, meaning, hey, if you fuck up,
I can take all that shit.
Thank you. That right there. And then not only that, you don't have a classification in law. Again, if y'all don't understand this basic thing in law, y'all want to keep going around calling yourself black or what really means I'm not real, go ahead. But this is something very simple that you can look up in law and it's there. It's not some spookism. It's not some conspiracy bullshit. It's right there in the law dictionary.
Yeah. There's a page number on it where you can go and read
And look at it.
You're listening to the ZoWhat show on Dash Talk X, premier current event show, news show. We're breaking down a couple of things about what's going on in the world. Basically, a current event show. We're talking about gay reparations coming before reparations owed to African Americans, black people, crayons, Moors, Aboriginals. I want to open up the phone lines. African American Aboriginals. What's the difference between what Antonio Moore is saying when he says American descendants of slaves, or what Tariq Nasheed is saying when he calls foundational blacks in America? Again, somebody's trying to create a classification. Maybe we got the words wrong, but goddamn it, we trying. Right. Somebody get to the phone line. I want to hear your opinion. Whoever's in the chat room, if you guys want to chime in on this subject, call me right now. 323-230-4445. Kevin.
So I'm just saying, if you're talking about slaves or ADOS, descendants of slaves, again, the first slaves here were Caucasian, but the whole slave thing, everyone was slaves. dude, the slave system goes back through. We created it. From the very first civilization, and we had slavery for 1,000 years before Caucasians even jumped on the scene. So when you're talking about slavery, especially in America, most of you who will call yourselves descendants of slaves are actually aboriginals. You didn't come here, your ancestors didn't come over here on a boat. They just reclassified you in the census, in the 1700 census, so that they can take your land rights away from you. That's all they did. So when they say, "Oh, we wiped out," it was this gigantic genocide. When they wiped out all the Aboriginal Americans, they didn't kill them all. They just reclassified y'all as some mulattoes and all the rest of that shit, and then basically took your rights away, and then assimilated you into their system where you actually have no status.
Wow, this is deep. This is deep. Well, we could talk about this shit forever. Or we could talk about
What?
America's bed bug. America is infested with a type of virus, a type of insect. They are small.
Okay.
They are small-minded.
Who might they be, sir?
They are intransigent in their ways.
Really? Who might they be, sir?
God, you know who they are. The ones who were afflicted with small Peter. The ones who suffer from dick envy.
Yes.
The ones who suffer from racial annihilation.
The ones who must wear their towels in the shower.
What you say?
The ones who must wear their towels in the shower.
They bathe fully clothed.
The
They
ones,
wash their clothes and their clothes wash their bodies.
yes. Because they are ashamed to pull out that half roll of dimes.
That's fucking hilarious.
They're fully erect dimes.
Yes. Yes.
Not even quarters, nigga.
Yes.
I roll of dimes.
That is an infestation here amongst us in America.
Yes.
They are very small and afraid of us.
Yes.
Our presence, our masculinity.
Yes.
They are turned gay in our presence.
They are angry because they are hung like 3-year-olds.
They hate they are attracted to us.
Yes.
Because this man is so powerful. This is such a real man.
I hate him.
I am attracted to him, and I hate the fact that I love him.
Let me tell you something, man. I've been boxing for 35 years. I've been to different gyms all over the place, and some of them, predominantly Caucasian. And it's funny, when you walk in there and you see a gang of Caucasians and they're hitting the bag, they hardcore as fuck. Then when a brother walk in there, dude, it's like the testosterone's on 10,000 before you walk in there. When you walk in there, it's like, they all hard as fuck, but then when it is the funniest shit in the world.
Yeah.
And it's funny, like some of the brothers even walk in there, they don't even know how to fight, but it's just funny how the shit just comes down to
Hey, look, man, I don't want any trouble here, okay?
Right.
All right?
That's
Okay.
funny.
It is so fucking funny. I had a movie.
Hey, this is a public gym, okay? Yeah, dude.
Nigga.
What the fuck is this guy, Jeff?
Oh, okay. Kids.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
hey, we got to read this story. America is infested with domestic white male terrorists.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
So
They're
probably
against everybody.
probably one of the most traumatic and horrific weekends America has suffered
Yep.
in quite some time.
In 13 hours.
13 hours.
8 hours?
13 hours.
Man, 13 hours, a lot of people got killed.
29 people.
El Paso, Ohio, 29 people.
It's fucking crazy.
I'm hearing one of the shooters shot his sister,
Yep.
killed his sister.
He went there with his sister and his sister's boyfriend. They all went like, oh, we just gonna be
To the mall?
chilling. Yeah, they went all there like they was gonna be chilling or whatever. he had planned it for like a month. So they go off, have some fun. He go dip out, go get in his gear, and come back and just shoot up everybody, including his sister and the boyfriend.
Right.
He killed both of them?
Yeah, kill both of them.
Right.
That he came there with.
You understand?
What?
Yep.
Now, this, for me, this is where it gets really, really serious in terms of this conversation. Right. For me, this is where it gets serious. Because a lot of times people get mad at me because I say, this madness is not going to end until sane white people stand up too.
Thank you.
Yep.
Right? It's been a lot of white people like the Barry Sanders of the world, you know.
Barry Sanders.
Yeah, not Barry Sanders. What's the guy's name? The guy that's the presidential candidate. Not Barry Sanders.
Bernie.
Bernie. I called him Barry.
Like this.
Think he playing football.
Let me just say this.
Greatest
I
running
don't.
back of all time.
Let me just say this. I don't trust any politician. I really can't.
You shouldn't.
Because
Them niggas lie all the time.
I'm just saying that's just par for the course.
They're actors.
And let me say it this way: I don't trust them in their professional lives.
Right.
Now, in their personal lives, like just a person,
Right.
all right, cool.
The shit they try to lead with.
But their professional life,
Yeah.
the politics side of it, I don't put any stock in what is said.
It's a game.
Because the higher you are, the more crooked
Right. It's
the thing
it's
was for
theater.
you to get there. You got to be a little bit more crooked to be a governor than you do to be a dog catcher.
Right. So I'm coming at the white folk now.
Right on.
Because how do you okay, so you see how hip hop happened. There's the integration and then white people is involved.
Right.
White people get involved in the shit you create and they down with it. Are they down with? So it's MC search and then
To get involved, for them to get involved would be to admit that they're crazy.
No,
it only happens from them. They're the only ones who mass like what does Charlemagne call them? Vanilla ISIS?
no, but the
Wow.
picture that I'm trying to paint is okay, so slavery, Africa. And when we talking about a version of slavery, when white folk came into Africa, a lot of Africans were open-hearted. It wasn't war mentality had to be something that was cultivated. You see that as outlined in Tariq's Hidden Colors 5. It was like historically, Africans weren't just on some war shit. Even when you see Shaka Zulu in South Africa, before Shaka Zulu, it was like a ceremony. It was like a fight ceremony. You know what I mean?
It was
And
like
then-
breakdancing.
Right. And then after the fight ceremony, this tribe would send its champion and the other tribe would send its champion. And then whoever won between the one-on-one, that's what tribe won the whole war. Like this dude and this dude, y'all duke it out. Y'all the champions of
Right.
these tribes. Y'all squash it.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
On some Black Panther type shit.
Now,
Okay, go ahead.
Now, what I'm starting to see is Africa was open-hearted. Like, come in here, let me show you this shit. We got resources.
Right.
And then you sharing with a monster. And we've been doing this since time immemorial. Sharing with motherfuckers who really are trying to usurp your energy, your talent, your gifts,
Who are only sharing with you till they can figure out how to kill you and take it.
until they can figure out how to kill you. Is that all that? Is there one more lesson? Okay, hold on. Put your sword back in. There's one more lesson.
Right.
Right.
Is that the last lesson?
Right.
You sure it ain't one more?
You sure? You done told me everything. You promise?
I promise.
You told me everything you know?
That's it, my nigga.
Do we give a shit if
The
it's another
basket is
lesson?
empty.
No, wait, hold on now. I wanted to. The oranges is good down to the last drop. Let's make sure. Let's make. Is that
That's
it?
it. That's how it went.
You ain't got no more.
None no more.
Okay, tell me if you got a secret lesson.
A secret lesson.
I know you Africans, you're dark. And then the darkness is mysterious. You sure there's everything?
We don't tell that to non-melanators.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, And then after they get all the lessons, pew.
But that's not exactly how it was, though. It was some of that was like that, but then a lot of the African tribes were fighting with each other, and they would take the prisoners of those fights to capture into slavery.
But we talking about the beginning, not slave. We talking about the very beginning. We're not talking about because I know the time period you're speaking of. That is a progression. That we didn't just start off and slavery was right there. That's the white man's telling of it. Because the white man will say slavery has always existed.
It has.
Not from day one, bro.
Dude. Even in Sumeria, if you go back and look at the very first law ever
Sumeria
written,
ain't the first.
Dude, but no, it's Göbekli Tepe, but they haven't deciphered that civilization yet. But if you're talking about Sumeria, where they go back, the first law ever written is called the Ur-Nammu. It's the very first code law, and they've decided there's 40 laws deciphered. In there is nothing but slavery.
But no.
in that whole shit.
But see, this again is about framing. So I would say where there is civilization, right? And I'm talking about advanced civilization, advanced government, there has been slavery.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I would say that.
Sure.
But I would not say slavery, humanity, then slavery. No, okay. I think that's something that evolves and develops as, tribes turn into city-states and turns into these big cities and countries.
I got a real simple question for you two Negroes that's full of book learning.
Okay, first off, don't ever say shit about the books that we have read because we've given you over 100 books and you've bought
none. Okay, yeah, exactly. That's where I sit right now, which is why I have this very silly question. Could someone please name me, other than the modern Anglo-Saxon white man, another group of people who enslaved a group of people, took away their land, took them all to a strange land, took away their culture, their languages, their God, and erased their mental knowledge of themselves for over 5 centuries. Has anyone else done that?
The Moors.
So where did they take them? Who did they take?
But no.
And where did they take them? Let him answer it.
No, because Kev knows the Moors didn't wipe.
That's not fair.
They didn't wipe.
So?
Like, they didn't do what the European did to the African Americans.
You're being unfair.
Let me address this, though.
Okay.
You had white people, especially in Spain. They gave up Spain. The Moors didn't come in there and fight.
That's not true.
They gave up Spain.
No, they did not. They did not. Nigga, there are numerous accounts of Tariq coming in there and cutting niggas' heads off.
I want to
slicing and dicing niggas.
I'm not saying that there aren't incidences where the Moors showed aggression and hostility.
But that was the taking over of Spain.
Let me finish. Jesus Christ. I'm not saying that there weren't incidences of that, but there were also incidences where the people of Europe was like, well, shit, these motherfuckers are bringing a totally better life than what we had before. Here, take my children.
Yeah, that was the minority, though. The major part, the Moors was walking around smacking the shit out of niggas.
But this is my point.
I still haven't had my question answered.
What's your question, Geoff?
Could you please tell me where the Moors took these people from their own land, took away their God, their language, their cultures, their heritage, and erased all knowledge of themselves for 5 centuries? Where did they take them and do this?
Well, you're talking about erasing all knowledge of themselves. Caucasians didn't have a history that big. So when they were snatching them, though, and taking them back to their own homelands and making them slaves. So they were snatching them from wherever they were in Europe and taking them back to their own homelands and making them slaves.
So what you're telling me then, in order for it to be an equivalent, is that in that homeland to this day, there are people who do not know their ancestors, do not know where they came from, do not have any concept of their own religions and languages, and they live as a lost group of people because of the Moors. Where is that?
But dude,
in other words, he's saying,
I'm just asking questions.
The question
I'm not
he's
other
asking.
words. My questions are clear.
Right.
Where is the place that the Moors
that
took
makes sense.
millions of people and put them and took away their land, took away their heritage, took away everything they knew about themselves to include their language. Where is that place?
In other
And where are
words,
those people?
the white counterpart or the Caucasian counterpart of African Americans today.
Yes, if you could tell me.
Where are them people?
Where are they?
They're not here today because Caucasians run everything. They're the dominant right now. But when niggas was running shit, you had Caucasians all over the world that you were snatching up and taking them from their homelands and the low estimate is 50 million people.
Okay.
50 million. That's the low estimate. So, so that's what I'm talking about. So
of
you talking
those
about 50 million people that they took and smashed.
Of those 50 million people,
Yes.
could you tell me where 10% of them, is there a place where 5 million people taken by the Moors to this day do not know their name, do not know their heritage, do not know their God, and don't know where they come from? Where are they?
Keep doing it. Do it again.
All right, that's all I got.
Okay, cool.
But dude, you're acting like all niggas were monolithic. And
I'm not acting like
That's
it.
not what he said.
That's
Answer the
not what I
question
said.
now.
I have very simple. My questions are simple.
dude,
That's
that
what
could
makes
be-
them so hard to answer.
No,
they're
but
very simple.
They're not simple, dude. They're not simple at all. There's many descendant or Caucasian descendants that don't know where they're from all over the world because the Moors snatched them and took them all over the place. What are you talking about?
They don't even care because they created a classification called white that group them all together anyway.
But they didn't. The elite did that. They didn't do it.
Like, well, fuck it then. We white.
The elite motherfuckers did that. They didn't do it.
Did he answer your question, Jeff?
As best he could.
So that brings us back to today.
Mm-hmm.
Mass shooting. Dayton's Oregon district left 9 dead, at least 27 wounded. The shooter was killed by police. Dayton, Ohio. Then you got El Paso, Texas. Motherfuckers just walking in with guns, Walmart, shooting, killing. Done deal. Let me ask you a question. This is a fair question to ask. Is this Donald Trump's fault? Because Donald Trump seems compliant or complacent. It seems like he doesn't really, he's not bothered. He's indifferent towards white racists in America, acting out, speaking out.
No.
Those are good people too. Is it Donald Trump's fault?
No.
Say why.
Why?
Because we don't act like. You seen World War Z?
Yep.
Yeah.
You saw how them zombies act?
Yep.
When they after your ass,
Yep,
they don't
hit
give
your
a
ass.
fuck.
They over
What
there
would
walking.
happen if that dude who killed all those people, the one that made it in Dayton, wherever he went, there was an angry mob made up of people as random as the people he took out there. Not stoppable by the National Guard, not stoppable by anything. We want that motherfucker skinned now. Now. We not waiting. Now. If you knew that your automatic weapon wasn't spelling shit because the people, because you had the mentality of the Vietnamese during the Vietnam War.
Keep going. Keep
They
going.
didn't give a fuck. They would take their dead bodies
Hold it
and
above.
stack them up
Yes, keep going.
in roads. They would the bodies that we killed. They would take their own relatives and clog tunnels.
Yes.
So that the enemy would come through the tunnel and they'd go through the other side and send rats and fire and eat these motherfuckers up because they did not care. There was nothing stopping them from getting their point. Shit is too good. Niggas done had it too good for too long.
Should African Americans, ADOS, black people, crayons,
Whatever you
Moors,
wanna call 'em.
whatever the fuck you want to call
Niggas
them,
who, people who potato salad tastes good.
should they break up with America, with the concept
Should
of
have done
America,
then.
with the concept of being American?
America is dying anyway. The
Should
concept
they
itself.
do it?
Should have been done it. Should have been done it.
Kev?
Yeah, their type of American, but you are the true American. Amaru Khan. That's the name of this land. It's Amaru. That's the name of this land. So you are the true Amarukans. But yeah, if you need to break up with their system,
With this, yes.
with
with
this
this particular iteration of it.
Exactly, because this whole system was created for you never to get ahead. they had to implement you into the system. So they were like, fuck.
Why did they have to implement us into the system?
Because of the land. Because this was ultimately Aboriginals' land. Yeah. And so when they when in Bacon's Rebellion, when the servants, the Aboriginal servants and the Caucasian servants band together and they took out the colonies and they ran everything for 10 months, they had to come up with a new plan. It was like, fuck this. we cannot let these motherfuckers come together and take us out. And then what they call the bourgeois or the elite class of that time, they came back and that's when they created the white privilege shit. Excuse me. But before that, you had interracial marriages everywhere. Like 50% of the marriages back then were interracial. And so they saw the power dwindling. And so they had to come in and institute laws to separate you from who they were.
So are young white boys anywhere from, let's say, 13 to 64. Young white males, anywhere from 13 to 64. Are they mentally ill? Because
I would think so.
Yep.
No. Black man shoot up some motherfuckers. He's a black extremist. He's a black racial extremist, identity extremist. Mexican shoot some shit. He's an immigrant, shouldn't been here in the first place.
You're right.
Right?
You're right.
But when white little motherfuckers get to shooting people up, which is most of the time,
They tell you their brains aren't developed.
oh my God, there's something wrong with him. I mean, his father loved him, but it was a different type of love.
I don't understand. I don't understand what we don't understand here. This
understand.
Okay. This is the all America to the son on death row. You know that mama that she don't give a fuck what her son did. He didn't do it, and I love him. That's who America is being to her white son. Let her be that.
Right.
This is her narrative. Why the fuck does her narrative spell shit in your house, in your mind?
So Donald Trump is not responsible for that, then America is. Then
What?
for white people acting the way they want
No,
to act.
exactly. Why people keep trying to hang this on Donald Trump? He's a fucking puppet.
Right.
He is a
Straight up
puppet,
puppet.
but he made it comfortable for white people to
No,
say
he didn't.
anything.
No,
No,
he
he did
didn't.
not. No.
No, he didn't.
No.
You what you
But
doing?
wait, Jeff. Let me just do this and throw it back to you. How old is Donald Trump?
70-something.
72.
Right.
Young. Way younger than racism.
First off,
Yep.
a 70-something-year-old trust fund baby.
Thank you.
Yep.
You understand? Who hated Puerto Ricans in New York.
Who has yet to atone for what he said about the Central Park Five.
Do you understand?
Exactly.
This is who you dealing with.
He didn't make it comfortable. He comes from a group
Right.
of people, a generation of motherfuckers who were like that.
Right.
They're already thinking talk
Right.
like that.
I know that.
He didn't make it comfortable. Listen.
Donald Sterling era. Them
Listen,
peoples.
listen. Have you ever been down to the SEC country?
No,
Oh man.
I'm not going down there.
Auburn, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina.
I want no parts of the South.
No, you don't.
Listen, man, these people like that, been like that.
Man.
Right.
We know that,
Listen,
but you
that
got
man's
Right.
70 years old. The kid who walked into that North Carolina church and shot those 9 parishioners in there praying, that was a kid.
right.
These motherfuckers been thinking like that.
Right. So he ain't made nobody comfortable. Did he make white people more comfortable than the old black and white pictures of white people smiling while brothers is hanging from trees burning? Those people were plenty comfortable.
Then you
all,
can,
all he did was flick the. You ever go to somebody's house that their house is filthy and nasty? You know how it's got that smell of like chicken grease and ass and feet. And you go into a dark room and you flip a light on and roaches run everywhere. Are you responsible for the roaches? No, you just flipped the light on, nigga. All Trump did was flip the light on and let niggas forget. Because what happened was the light was off for so long that niggas figure if they live, you know the nigga that likes to brag about being the only nigga on the block?
Right.
He figured that all this shit was changed because he could somehow finance his way out of this shit. He could somehow educate his way out of this shit. And Trump would, no, nigga, and flip the light on. That's it.
Now understand this. Here's another question for the panel. Did Trump, according to you, make white people more comfortable than Obama made them uncomfortable?
Wow.
Ooh, wow.
Wow. Well, Obama gassed him up. Obama gassed him up. He held up the mirror. He held up the mirror that ate up all your excuses. Okay? I come from a black man who fucked a white woman and left. Barack Obama.
That nigga didn't come from no meager circumstances.
No, sure didn't.
Yeah, he got a $500,000 inheritance
From his
from his grandparents.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
The white side is royal.
Excuse me. Okay. Oh, yeah, you got to be in order to get close.
on?
Yeah, you
Okay.
500
Well,
G's. Give me 500 G's, please.
he went to Harvard.
Yeah.
He's articulate. He's intelligent. He's arguably the most articulate, intelligent, well-spoken, handsome motherfucker to ever be president of the country, with hands down the finest wife.
Yeah.
Dude.
But he was also a steward for white supremacy.
Of course he was. Of course he
All the
was.
banks.
But what he did to white people was go, what the fuck? I'm white and this motherfucker is there? Oh, something's wrong with this picture because the president has always been, in my feeble, dumbass mind, somehow out of reach for me. You motherfuckers reach past me and got a nigga to do this?
Whoa. Because you saying something profound as fuck.
Of course. Bless you, my child.
We need Dale.
I think,
Dale, I need you to tell us
you know, I'm telling.
how
I'm leaving it in the street. I'm
the
leaving draws in the street.
average white man sees Obama.
Yeah, well, that's real simple. It's real simple. Like, you know, like you got a horse that can deal cards. You know, it's an anomaly. Goddamn it. I mean, if I had a horse that could deal cards, I'd have everybody around my barn every Saturday night charging $5 to get in and watch my horse deal blackjack. I mean, shit. That's what it's like. It's like a monkey that can play the piano. You know,
A monkey that played the
he
piano.
play the piano. Now you can't be mad because the monkey can only play in C because that's the easiest key to play in, but he can still play the piano. Goddamn it.
WBLS, that was Monkey Tunes.
That's a monkey dude. That's a monkey dude. That's how you look at him. Goddamn it. I mean, look at him. You can say what you want to, but bro, he can play basketball, and then he shakes white man's hand like a white man, then turn around and shake a black man's hand like a black man. I don't know no pretty white man can do that.
So here's the problem. Dale sees Obama as a regular nigga. But Obama ain't a regular nigga.
No, he's not, but I can see the regular nigger in him.
But do you see what I mean?
I can see it.
Right. He's not a regular black guy.
You trying to tell me he can't lay on his, you can try to tell me on a Sunday afternoon, he can't lay on his couch while his barbecue's cooking. Take a nap and go out there and then flip it over before it burns.
No. Listen to what I'm saying.
That's some regular nigga shit right there.
Listen to what I'm saying. That's regular nigga activity. I'm saying.
Hi, welcome to regular nigga activities.
What I'm trying to say is a regular nigga, a regular black man, a Malcolm X, right? For lack of a better term, Kev, an ADOS person can ascend to the office.
Wesley Snipes
That's
ass
my point.
from around the way
there has to be a specialized, specially grown, separated, groomed nigga.
Right.
Like he was.
Right.
Like he was
groomed.
in order to ascend to that
We
office.
need playoff shoes. These ain't regular shoes.
He can't go to Inglewood High.
Nope.
No.
He can't go to Morningside.
No.
Let that be the first thing they say about him. Yeah, from Morningside High.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Huh?
Do you understand what I'm saying? But it works perfectly because of the stereotype projection. Black people are going to vote color. They're going to vote melanin. Yep. They're not going to vote policy.
Nope.
They're not going to vote politics.
Nope.
They're going to vote melanin.
What?
Wait a minute, nigga.
Right.
Oh,
just a goddamn minute.
And that's how it was when that nigga ran. Oh man.
Hold on now, hold on. You mean to tell me little butterscotch nigga gonna get in the office now? We got a butterscotch nigga in the office.
That's exactly how niggas
Butterscotch nigga. Let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a goddamn fuck. I'm voting butterscotch this time around.
I love this nigga.
Butterscotch nigga.
Butterscotch nigga.
Again, I don't care what his policies are. I don't care if he extends fucking George W. Bush and his policies about the Patriot Act.
Yep.
Oh, I'm not going to do anything I'm going to overturn the Patriot Act. Yeah, right. You went in and extended it.
Yep. The banks
Banks,
hooked them up even more.
again, I was having this conversation in the cigar lounge yesterday. And the brothers was saying all of these black mayors came to Obama in 2008 and said, give us the bread. Give us the money. And we'll fix it at a state level, at a local level. We'll fix the problem at a local level. Don't save the banks. Because the banks are saved at the federal level.
He couldn't. That's why they put him there.
Well,
There was no way.
So what I was explaining, but this is what I was explaining to the brothers. And I said, y'all, wait a minute.
y'all really thought that was going to happen?
Let me tell you something. What the politics in America is the same as the housewives of D.C.
Right.
Politics in America is a play. It is real, live action. What do they call it? Reality TV.
Okay. Let me have a little conversation. I'm going to have a mock conversation with New Williams.
No, don't put new in it.
I got to.
damn it. No.
Hey, brother New. How you doing, man?
God damn you, Bobby.
I need you to do me a favor. When you go back to your pop's house, I need you to set up his sports channels so they're all on ice skating. I need you to go in his no. I need you to go in his refrigerator. You see all that total package? I need you to get rid of all that. Put Red Bull in there. And I need you to go in the kitchen and every ingredient I need you to take out and put some other shit in. You know why New not gonna do that? Because he does not do his father's bidding that way. You asking Obama to do his father's bidding another way. The president is the CEO of this company called the United States, and he is beholden to its stockholders, and you niggas don't own no stock. Period. All this shit about what you thought he was going to do and how he put hope under his name and you did all the rest, that's on you, dumb motherfuckers.
And he gave any of that money to them mayors you said or whatever they were asking for, nigga, they would have been your sound would have been the next thing they heard.
Parade car. They said, President Obama, we want to on the inaugural assassination of President Kennedy, we were wondering if you would ride down near Dealey Plaza in a convertible Lincoln.
So
get the fuck out of here.
I try to tell people, man, like American politics is General Hospital. It's scripted reality. And
thank you.
And the reality of that is it is a game with real consequences. So what happens is, okay, to make a point, how do we get the guns out of the hands of Americans? Americans are the most armed citizens in the world.
Right.
And it's part of their constitution. How do we get the guns out of their hands?
1 million guns.
Okay.
A million. So again, these are scripts that are rolling. Every few months, some weirdo goes into a shopping mall or a school or a movie theater and shoots up everybody. And then this argument comes back of, should we take the guns away? Well, you can't do that. That's un-American. I have the right to defend. Who are the least armed people in America?
Minorities.
Niggas.
Yeah.
The whole fuckery of it, though, is that the NRA jumped on their whole Second Amendment movement is when the Black Panthers came around.
Nigga, the Bloods and Crips is the black folks NRA. That's what we got.
But when the Black Panthers came around, See, when most of you need to do what they did. They studied the law.
Yes.
That's what made them so dope. They didn't come around with emotion and all the rest of the
Right.
shit. They
They
studied
had
the
to
law.
change the law to fuck
and
with
they
them.
And they knew they could walk around the street with guns on, talk to police any way they wanted without being taken in because they understood the law. So
Until
the NRA was like, wait a minute, niggas can walk around the streets with guns? And
We gotta fix
they
it.
were citing the Second Amendment and all that. And
but Kev, you also shoot yourself in the foot with that point.
What?
Because, yes, the Panthers knew the law. But that didn't stop the law from blowing their asses up.
Nigga, that was you talking about COINTELPRO and all the rest of that.
I'm
That's
just
what broke them
just
niggas
saying.
down.
Let me just say this is the point that I'm trying to make about it being. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be adept in the law. I understand that. We talk about capital C and small c, and it's a part of the citizen to fucking be able to understand the law so he can navigate and move throughout the society in which he lives. I understand that. But when it comes to niggas,
But what they did to
let
break
me
them up-
finish this point.
He wasn't done.
When it comes to black people, you can be as tight with the law as you possibly can, and they still will change the law on your ass. They still will go against the
to
law.
fit your
No,
earth
they
suit.
won't. No, they don't. That's somebody who don't know the law saying it.
So what
That's somebody
about
who
what
don't
about
understand
Ron
the law saying
Brown?
that.
What about Ron Brown?
What about Ron Brown?
Bill Clinton's homie.
They ain't changed no laws. They just killed him. They ain't changed
Why
no
they kill?
laws.
I'm
nigga.
just saying, why did they
just
kill
killed
him?
him? They ain't changed no
I'm
laws.
saying, why did they kill him?
Because he was trying to bring a bunch of brothers to the table. A bunch of billionaire
Okay.
brothers.
Cool. So again, my point is being made over and over again. Listen, let me explain something, Kev, because I think this is the part that's being missed in what I'm trying to say. And that is when black men galvanize resources, knowledge, and try to maneuver to a space where they can be self-contained. Nigga, that is a terrorist move. We've seen it. We saw it with motherfucking Tulsa, Oklahoma, and many other cities. We saw that.
Again,
That's because we make the moves.
but
We-
the thing, go ahead.
We don't make the moves like Jews do. You know who's the number one holders of Section 8 in New York City?
Yep.
Ashkenazi Jews.
Yep.
You know they don't do shit that takes voting. They don't do shit.
Wait. Is that true?
Yes.
And if it's true, is that in the news?
No. You got,
Now, if it was black,
It'd be in the news.
would that be
all
in
over
the
fucking-
news?
because of who controls the media? Absolutely.
God damn it.
Now,
That's the point
here's
I'm
the
trying
deal.
to make.
But hold up,
Exactly.
man. Let's not. Like, we need to stop that acting like even if you learn the law, that doesn't mean shit. That's bullshit.
I
need to
didn't say that.
We need to stop that right now because the reason that the Black Panthers was broken up because the COINTELPRO got them fighting internally, and then they got Huey on drugs. That was all that shit.
Wait a minute. What is the purpose of the COINTELPRO and the FBI getting them to fight internally? What is the purpose of doing that anyway?
But it was more so the East Coast against the West Coast Black Panthers. This is when they expanded, they got so huge, the East Coast and the West Coast Black Panthers were fighting each other, and they weren't so close, so they couldn't really talk and understand what was going on. It was just bullshit going back and forth.
Okay, well, let's go to the movie Black Panther. Killmonger is this nigga's cousin,
Right.
and he's trained to infiltrate governments and destabilize them.
Right.
To me, it would seem reasonable that the COINTEL shit was designed to get into the Black Panthers, whether it's East Coast, West Coast, whatever the fuck it is, and destabilize that rising community of brothers working together.
So
That sounds like the agenda of COINTELPRO.
So by all means, don't nobody learn the law and elevate yourself on what's going on in the system.
Didn't
just
say
in case,
that.
Just in case there's just on the
Okay.
offshoot chance that they may
handle that,
shoot you or
please?
assassinate
Can
you.
I handle that, please?
Go ahead, brother.
Okay, Kev, what you just did is something that I coined a phrase called conversational polarization. That's where you go to the most extreme version of what the most extreme hyperbolic version of what the person is talking to you is saying. No one here said that the law was futile.
Nobody said
No
that.
one here said that learning the law was a waste of time.
Nobody said
What
that.
we are saying is that all the law you learn must be filtered through the lens of these motherfuckers moving the
No,
goalposts.
what you said
Constantly.
was when you learn the law, they change the laws on you. That's not true. That doesn't happen. Excuse me.
I'm sorry
So-
I said that.
No,
I'm
not you.
saying
Zoe
this
said-
now.
Zoe
I'm
said-
sorry Zoe said it because
that.
we're stuck here.
But no, because we're not stuck here. And then you alluded to the fact, though, if you do start to, no matter what you do and you get together and start learning the law, they just going to fucking come
I'm
against
sorry
you.
for that, too.
That's what you, so
I'm
again,
sorry.
you didn't give them a solution. All you came was with negative shit.
Which
that's
sounds
gonna happen
very
if you come
familiar.
together.
Which sounds
So
very
all I'm
familiar,
saying,
Kevin.
I'm giving you a solution on how to get out of this
Which
shit.
is very
learn
rare.
the goddamn law,
Which is
even
rare.
basic law.
Which is rare, Kev.
And you saw how much
there
trouble
has
that
been
the
a
Black
common
Panthers caused with knowing basic law?
Wait,
There's
hold
been
on. Two people can't talk at once. If y'all don't calm you motherfuckers down, calm down, goddammit. You too, Kevin. Shit. You too, nigga. Calm your ass
There's
down.
been a common complaint on the show, Kev, that you usually give problems and not solutions. So
That is no complaint.
Let that man talk.
Anything but give solutions.
Kevin, let that...
That's your
Kev,
complaint.
Kevin, you let that man talk, and then I come back to you now. Go ahead, Jeff.
That is my common complaint alone. That is something else
Yes.
you will learn about me. I don't give a fuck about what the rest of the world thinks.
Right,
This
that's
is
your
what I
complaint.
think. In my opinion, Kevin, oftentimes, and you know I love you, I'll shoot a nigga over you right after this show. But
Well, you got to say it.
the whole black thing, how many times we went around the crayon thing.
And I've given you an answer every single time.
Let the man finish. I'm coming to you now. Finish.
I'm gonna tell you what, because you know the truth is personal. It's actually personal. I can keep my truth to myself. I'm gonna try one more fucking time.
God damn it, Kevin. Let him talk.
What I am saying is that no one here is disputing what you know about the law. The fact that you know more of it than us. That's one of the reasons you're here. That we're not disputing any of that.
You taking a swipe at me, nigga. I'm coming for you.
And I can't tell you what it is. I can't tell you, but I can tell you what it looked like. And it looked like every time that we try to singularly blame, point out, illuminate the shortcomings of the present system, you find a way to put an asterisk on it with the Moors, and I don't. It's
That's not true.
It's
Let him
no. I'm
finish.
telling you, I can't tell you what it is.
And then I'm coming
not
to you.
telling you what it is.
And then I'm coming to
You
you.
gonna tell me what it is? I'm gonna tell you what it looked like. What it looked like is that every time we bring these motherfuckers' feet to the fire, you put an asterisk on it.
No, it's not the white people.
And not unlike the interior appointments for the 49 Buick Roadmaster, I have a hard time trying to figure out what the fuck that has to do with the other thing go.
Have you looked up anything that I've told you to look up?
No.
There you go.
No,
That's
I just
why you got a
smoke
hard-
weed.
That's
Okay,
why you got a
but
hard
wait,
time. Let's move
Kev.
on.
But wait, Kev.
That's why you ain't looked
Jeff,
up nothing I said.
Jeff, just listen to him, Kev. Just listen to him, Jeff. Don't interrupt. Go ahead, Kev.
Nigga, that's it.
He's
Have you-
done.
I've given them answers every single nigga. I am the problem solver. That's what I do.
Okay.
I don't fucking sit around and project motherfucking that ain't me, nigga.
Fair
I
enough.
give you problems to solve.
Fair enough.
Period.
Hey, watch
so
your tone
I've
and
given
your
you
delivery.
every single time you've asked me about what do we call ourselves. I've given you an answer every single time. Sure.
Watch your
every
tone.
single time. Because I got a video for all of that shit.
Sure. So what you're telling me
But
then-
I'm saying you haven't gone and looked and
Sure.
researched any of the things I've said, which is why you keep coming
what
back
you're
and saying I
telling
don't
me
give
then-
answers.
So
All
what
right.
you're telling me then is that there's absolutely no footage in this show ever of you telling us we shouldn't call ourselves black, me asking you what we should call ourselves, and you not giving me a definitive answer on
Yes,
the spot.
there is no footage of that. Every single time you've asked that, I've told you what to call
Pull
yourself.
the other leg, it
Every
plays
single
jingle
time.
bells.
Every single time.
Okay.
You pull up the footage.
No, no.
All right,
I'll have it for you next
Every
week.
single time.
All right, so look.
I gotta
so
get
look.
my shoes. I got new shell
Go right
toes
in.
on.
Pull it up.
All
Next
right, so look.
I don't want
look.
this on my shoes.
So wait, this is what we got to do now. This is going to be perfect. Let me just get this right now. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the ZoWhat show. And let me explain to you just a little bit. That argument you heard is between brothers.
Would you tell him again?
Man,
They
thank you.
love each other,
My
man.
fucking man right there.
Smack the shit out of any nigga looking at
Nigga,
Jeff.
Can I
look
finish?
here.
Can-
That's
can
my
I-
man.
Hold on, can
my
I finish?
fucking man.
It's between brothers now. But what's going to make this shit perfect is Geoff Brown's intellectual rant.
I knew he was gonna do that shit. I knew he was gonna do that shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time tuning in to the ZoWhat show, at this juncture of the show, we typically take you to church with Geoff Brown. Rants uninterrupted. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Geoff Brown's intellectual rant.
Okay, first off, what you like Brother Zo said, what you just saw was two brothers in love disagree. If Kev needed, he can still get my rent money. It's my man. What you need to do is try to figure out
That's my man too.
how not to disagree so heavy with your brother on how Whitey ain't shit to where you and your brother is out. Knock that shit off. Everybody under the sound of my voice,
Yes.
all melanated people. I've done this. I've started to do this on Facebook. Whenever I have a disagreement, I start it with and I end it with love and I love you, because we are in crisis right now.
Yes, Lord.
This shit is realer than it's ever been.
Yes.
And every moment that you spend not focused on how to protect yourself, how to
Yes.
grow your own food,
Yes.
how to recycle your own money.
Yes, sir.
I won't say it's wasted, but you sure better fucking count it. You better treat it like cake and ice cream. You better, all the time you spend wondering who the Lakers is going to pick up in a fucking trade.
Yes, Lord.
All the time you spend watching Real Housewives of whatever the fuck.
Preach, out.
All of that time
Yes, sir.
is frosting. Now you got to ask yourself how much of your diet is frosting.
Oh, Lord. Yes, sir.
Because
yes.
you don't have time for this shit. We disagree on a lot of shit,
Yes, sir.
but we disagree on details. On
True
the
that.
same side of the football, in the same color jerseys, with the same goal.
Most deaf, Lord.
You niggas want to drop your pads, take your fucking uniform off, storm out to the car, and forget the game you in.
Word life, Lord.
Word like, okay, yes. I have only hip-hop deacons in my church that only yell out hip-hop shit when they back me up from here forward. Now, oh, that's a funny sketch. Anyway, what black people's chief problem is not only do they not see the time, they have no idea of the end game. Because the Titanic was made so fly for them that they'll arrange deck chairs all the way down. You got motherfuckers gonna be doing the electric slide in FEMA camps. Don't be that person. Don't be the individual who prepares your children for your past instead of their future. If you still trying to get your kids into some fucking college for some nameless, nebulous idea of just get a degree, and when you get out, you know what happens when they get out? They can join the motherfuckers down here on 6th Street.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
6th Street is full of college-educated motherfuckers that can't feed theyself.
Teach, Lord. Teach.
Teach, Lord, Teach is on nobody's hip-hop album. I want some hip-hop shit, nigga. Now, find a way. People, find a way to introduce yourself to black folk you don't know, and find a way to give and get something from them, because that's what's going to save you. Your school not going to say, unless your school is teaching you how to code robots, your school not going to save you. Your liberal arts degree will have you liberally fucking broke in the park.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You better learn how to do something that is connected to the reason that you are on this earth, not your passion,
No, sir.
your gift. God gave everybody an extra scoop of something. Now, certain motherfuckers like Prince got a 55-gallon drum of a whole bunch of shit. Now, I don't understand why. I'm a little jealous of it. You know, Lord gave me a few scoops of some shit, but in every place he gave me a scoop, I know a nigga with a 55-gallon drum.
Yes, sir.
He gave me a little scoop of production. That fucking James Broadway got a 55-gallon drum.
Yes, sir. Yes,
But I'm going to use what it is I was given as gifts to get where I'm going. Not what I can learn about some failing system.
Teach Longwind.
Not what I can, there you go. Not what I'm, MC Longwind. Not what, dear sisters, are you still comparing your man to white women, to white men?
Oof.
Are you still talking about, I saw this on Facebook. If he can't put nothing in your purse, then he can't put nothing in your pussy. Well, guess who just connected their pussy to their purse like a hoe? You! If everything I have to give you is connected to a dollar,
Yes, sir.
what happens when that dollar is no longer valuable?
Yes, sir.
If the only thing you see in a man is what he can work and bring you, then don't you really want a slave?
Ooh, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready.
Isn't that what you want? You want an indentured servant. You want a motherfucker to stay with you for about 7 years, but you're going to set him free minus half his shit. That's an indentured servant.
Wow. Get ready.
Find a way to grill up everything. Everything. Question every fucking thing. Question why you think what you think, not just what you think. Why do I think that? Who told me that? And what else were they right about?
Geoff Brown, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm done.
No, you're not. I just was talking.
Oh, you just throwing that out there? Okay. For those of you who don't listen to R. Kelly's music because he was a pedophile, how many of you read a book that was written by a pedophile who slept with his mother and had everybody who didn't like the book the way he wanted killed? That would be the King James version of the Bible, you fucking porch monkeys, you.
Lord. Now.
Think about what you're doing.
Now.
Because it's for real now. More real than it was for your grandmama or your great-grandmama. Nigga, it's real for you. Because the Death Star is here. I'm done.
Easy passer. Ladies and gentlemen,
I can't be easy, Moby. Can't be easy, Moby.
If the word of visiting pastor, Bartholomew, Antonio, Brownford, Geoff Brown, Lincoln Smith Jr. Jackson III, if his words were of edification,
Import,
upliftment, please hit the like button and the super chat button. This brother here has delivered unto us a word indeed. You're listening to the ZoWhat show on Dash Talk X, on Dash Radio. Again, this is our current event show. We talk about things that have happened in the news. We talked about the mass shootings and how senseless it is and how it might be politically motivated. The world is a stage, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody has their role to play. Every man, woman, and child has their entrance and exit. Out of chaos comes order. Controlled chaos produces a solution that, what is that called, Kev? It produces a solution that a lot of people will beg for. Please, take our civil liberties away. Please. Oh, sorry.
I create the problem, offer you the solution, and you actually beg for the solution.
You beg for the solution.
Well, and not create the problem, create a fucking crisis. So
Look at that.
It's a crisis that they create. And then, please help us. Somebody help us. Well, give us a little bit of your freedoms. Well, give us all your freedoms. Okay, fuck it. Just make me safe. Okay.
Oh, you mean kind of like what black people do to get ahead in every facet of this life? Your middle class, your upper middle class, your opulence is a bed for me because I have been in this world that has run me ragged, and I just need to lay in this bed, and I will let you rape me if you let me lay down.
Please let me lay down.
Let me lay down. You can rape me if I can lay down.
Yep.
Wow. This is the world we live in. And guess who's the villain? Black men. You can act like it if you don't. You can act like it like we not if you want to.
And it's funny. Villain means slave.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the word villain means slave.
Hegelian dialectic. The Hegelian dialectic is what it's called. I'm going to create the problem. I'm going to create a crisis. And then I'm going to have you come beg me for the solution. Well, that's the society we live in. We live in a society where all the solutions come from the devil.
Right. And when you dance with the devil, you dance till the record stop.
You in the dig? Oh, you gonna finish this record, nigga?
Bloody stumps and all.
This knee deep.
Right.
This is the 15-minute
It's a
version.
15-minute version. Oh, you thought this was the radio version? Oh, we got 12 extra minutes for your ass.
Knee deep.
Listen, we got over 1,500 people in the chat room, man. We need everybody to hit the like button on our YouTube channel, man. People are watching this show because this is an important show. For everybody that hit the super chat, we appreciate it, but please continue to do so. Please show your support for this channel. Hit the like button, the super chat button, and continue to support what we're talking about right now. I have another current event. Ronald Reagan's daughter asks for forgiveness for late president's racist remarks. Oh, another racist president, huh? Now, why would a group of racist presidents allow one black one to slip in there if the group is racist?
Right.
Are you saying, okay, motherfucking Lincoln was forced into glory?
Right.
Shit, I gotta free the niggers.
He said, if I could free the union or keep the union by keeping everybody slaves,
I would.
Nixon, these fucking niggers in the projects running around.
Yeah.
Fucking
I don't know.
nigger projects. What the?
I don't know where we're confused about this. Black people just need their help to come from somewhere else. They just need, it's gotta come. It's gotta be something. It can't be us.
But see, the same problems that exist in intimate relationship where a motherfucker try to pick up, right? I'm just gonna pick up after I did some foul shit.
Right.
Just know I love you. Let's pick up from right here and keep it pushing.
That old shit,
Now,
don't worry about that old
Dead
shit.
reckoning is what that's called.
Now, if we do a relationship talk in a relationship context, an intimate relationship context, you got to allow the offended to be offended
Thank you.
for a little while.
Yes.
Thank you. You gotta let them sit in that.
Now, the offended, after a certain amount of time has passed, and it's different for different people, but after a certain amount of time has passed, now you just trying to recook beef.
Right.
Now you trying to use some
Right.
shit we done got past as leverage to get more shit because you quote unquote didn't do shit and this was done to you.
Right.
That's now that's how you know you're dealing
Right.
with a social mercenary.
Right.
Okay. Now,
baby, we out of potato chips? I guess we are since that bitch ate them. You're like,
shit. That was 15, 25 years ago.
Right.
The bitch ate the chips.
Right.
They got new chips
We
now.
got new chips, yeah. That company's out of business now.
Now, white people like to pick up. This is why you hear Bitch McConnell say what he said.
Right.
Oh, ain't nobody alive. And then we look back and find out your whole family had slaves.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? So, again, white people want to pick up. Let's just pick up right here.
Yep.
We're sorry. Let's move together. Hold hands. Skip. Let me make
Kumbaya.
music.
Right.
Money off your music. Money off your talent. Money. Making it off of you.
Money. Take it out. Yeah.
I have opportunity to change your life. Come with me. Come with me. What the fuck?
You little Lilliputian motherfucker.
Again, still taking advantage. Still getting the lion's share. Still creating contracts that try to take advantage of the content you create, of the work you put in.
As if you ain't took enough already.
I'm going to have to put a 360 degree or 360 deal around your talent.
Because I don't have any.
Because guess what? I'm giving you an opportunity. and you need one.
Right.
Did you go to sleep with roaches last night?
Right?
I can change that right now.
Right? Is there a roach in your ear as we speak?
Right. I can remove that roach.
Okay. You sign right here. I'll send you right over to my Uncle Floyd. He'll pull that thing right out.
You'll never have to see another roach again. You understand me?
That's it.
You
or your mom.
Roaches.
Your life is roach-free from here on out.
Yeah. What's your mom's name? Cornishiakuya?
What?
Let's get Cornishiakuya. Let's get Cornishiakuya a U-Haul truck right out in front of her house. I just need you to sign your life away right here.
Nishiakuya?
Yeah.
1,500 people in here. Everybody should hit that like button. So, is it a surprise that ex-President Ronald Reagan said some foul shit? Well, his daughter's a little upset about it. The daughter of late President Ronald Reagan is asking the public for forgiveness for recently unearthing audio in which her father calls African-American diplomats monkeys.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I will forgive President Reagan if you can get Freeway Rick to.
Wow.
Can you get Freeway Rick to forgive President Reagan?
Wow.
Can you get the people who live off of Imperial and Crenshaw to forgive President Reagan? Because I think that's kind of where crack first hit L.A. Can you get the people on the west side of Chicago to forgive him?
Hey, you know what? Listen.
Probably, because
Listen.
niggas love forgiving white folks. Whoops, I made the
Hold
wrong
on.
point.
Listen now. Listen. I need you to listen here. Okay? Mm-hmm. All right. Hey, listen, it wasn't really our intent to ruin whole crops of generations. Okay?
Right,
Generational crops of ruinage.
right.
Listen, that wasn't the intent.
Right.
Okay?
You just dug your clippers into the side of my head.
At some point, we have to look at context, all right?
Right.
Okay.
You niggas took it and ran with it.
What I was trying to do was secure the future of Americans by making the streets safe. Now, it wasn't racially motivated, although the areas in which the new laws affected your people.
Right.
I know.
I know.
Predominantly in your street.
Again, but we want to be a part of this. We want to be a part of whatever opportunity they provide.
Right.
I've always told you, you should never do a deal from an oppressive hand. You never shake that hand, because right in that grasp, right in that clasp of
That's
that
where he got it.
handshake, he gonna put the shackle on your ass.
Right.
Again, we do this all the time. How the fuck COINTELPRO work? Oh, we paid some niggers. Whether they be CIA, FBI, we paid some black men to go turn coats.
Right.
We play some black people.
Right. Black will spill red for the green.
Look at that. A debt instrument that has no wealth.
Zero.
It has zero wealth. Doesn't create wealth.
But we made you think it did.
The way the man, what's my man's name? Trent. What's his goddamn this white dudes? He's super smart with money. He said money is worthless as long as it's in your hand.
Bam.
He said your money is not worth anything until you give it away. You dumb motherfuckers that save money, that money's worthless while you're saving it. Money is worth something when you take it and trade it and put it into something else.
Right.
But niggas are only ones. That's why when you see niggas taking pictures with money, that nigga don't know what money means. That's a nigga who has no idea what money means. If you can take a picture with $50,000, what you are bragging at, that's like you being the CEO of a company going down to the dock and looking for motherfuckers to take a nap that's taking a nap on the clock. You want to take pictures with them because they ain't doing what they supposed to. That's what you're doing when you take a picture with your money, because it ain't doing what it's supposed to.
Oh, wow. We are born creative geniuses, and the educational system dumbs us down, according to NASA scientists. Oh, shit. Our natural creative genius is stifled from the time we are born. At TEDx Tustin, these are TED Talks, TEDx Tustin, Arizona, of course, Dr. George Land dropped a bombshell when he told his audience about the shocking result of a creativity test developed by NASA for subsequently used to test school children. See the full video below. NASA has contacted Dr. George Land and Beth Jarman to develop a highly specialized test that would give them the means to effectively measure the creative potential of NASA's rocket scientists and engineers. The test turned out to be very successful for NASA's purposes, but the scientists were left with a few questions. Where does creativity come from? Are some people born with it? Or is it to 1,600 children between the ages of 4 and 5, and what they found shocked them?
What do you find, bro?
This is the test that looks at the ability to come up with new, different, and innovative ideas to problems. What percentages of those children do you think fell in the genius category of imagination? A full 98% of them.
What?
Wow.
On the genius side
Of the game.
as you grow older, you get dumber. As you become more indoctrinated, you get
Yep.
stupider.
Yes.
Yep.
Because the walls of possibility go up.
No, they come down.
Oh,
down,
excuse me,
yeah.
come down, yeah. The walls of possibility come down, and now you're in this mind prison made up of some ironclad shit.
System teaches you
Inflexibility.
boundaries.
Right.
Boundaries and limitations is what the system will teach you.
You want to see it? You want to see it? Go up to a fat black church woman and ask her who are the people of the land of Nod, and you will see in action a brain prison.
Frozen.
A brain prison.
Huh? What?
But this goes back to
Welcome to Hoda the Boko Shawshank.
this Hoda the Boko Shawshank.
Order the Boca Shawshank.
But this goes back to the conversation I was having at the cigar lounge. Look up on YouTube the path of the right hand versus the path of the left hand by Joseph Campbell.
Oh yeah, my man with yeah.
Yeah. The path of the right hand is about conformity. Color within the lines. ABC, 1, 2, 3. Don't step out of line.
Yes.
Social conformity
Yep.
is the death of creativity. But look what they did. The path of the right hand is of the left hand is the hand of the rebel, the hand of the creative, the hand of the genius.
Yep.
But look what the church did.
Flipped it.
The Latin word for left hand is sinister,
Yep.
evil. We don't need no creative motherfuckers. We don't need no free-thinking motherfuckers. We need social automatons,
Right.
social robots that fit.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, this came to me. This is why I wasn't here last week. I was on a cruise to the Bahamas. And
You fucking pimp.
we
Master pimp.
and if you only knew what I paid for it, you would go, that Geoff Brown is a motherfucking pimp. Anyway,
Talking like a pimp.
like a sweet pimp.
You come straight out of a comic book.
Man. We were having a few issues on the boat, and I was explaining to Mrs. Brown something I came up with called the difference between binary thinkers and quantum thinkers.
What do you mean me?
Yes, the binary thought, yes.
No, the quantum thing.
Here's where you, oh yes, sir. Here's what happens. On a certain level, all you can tell me is no. All you can tell me is what time the store closed. That's binary. We're open, we're closed.
Right.
I need a quantum thinker. I need somebody who can say, the store is closed. However, I have the keys to the store, so we can come back and do that. Once you figure out that you are with a binary thinker, take your quantum problems and move the fuck on. You ain't gonna do nothing but confuse you both with your quantum issues. I have a quantum issue here. I cannot take a yes from you because you can't give me one. So why am I fucking with you?
Right. It's also called divergent thinking. So, yeah, you thinking outside of the box. But everything that you know as information, knowledge, ideas, all of it is just a frequency. You're just a radio.
You're just a fucking radio.
You're just a radio. And so all you're doing when you're creating and knowing knowledge, pulling in knowledge, you're just tuning into the frequency of whatever that is. It already exists. You're tuning it in and pulling it in.
You gonna let him finish, or you gonna bruh him to death?
I'm feeling that right now.
But see, that's what it is. Information is a frequency. You are the radio, and you tune to the frequency and pull it in. Period.
What if you got a dumb frequency? Is there such thing as a dumb frequency, nigga?
Such thing as high vibration and low vibration. So whatever you pulling in, if your vibration is on some low shit, that's the information you pulling in.
Well, here's some low vibration frequency precursors. You ever talk to a nigga? You know what a nigga's favorite 2 words are?
What are they?
Fuck that.
Yep.
What you mean?
Nigga, fuck that.
Yep.
Bruh, why don't you pay cash for this car right here? Nigga, fuck that. I can put this money down, put this car in my mama name. And now I'm rolling in a Range Rover, nigga.
Fuck that.
Yep. Nigga, why don't you go and pick your kids up? Fuck that. I got to deal with their mama, and then we ain't got no food. Fuck that. Niggas love low frequency shit usually starts with fuck that.
Wow. That's hilarious. I mean, like I said, man, to me, this shit is heartbreaking because, you know, one of the things I started off talking about at the Hidden Colors premiere down in North Carolina, and I want to shout out the brothers in North Carolina for bringing me out. Appreciate you guys. I spoke to the crowd a little bit at the beginning, and I basically said, we got to break up with external motivation. And I learned this. I learned this from, raising a kid who, D1 basketball player. And I started to understand, how coaches categorize your kids.
Wow.
Some kids are categorized as internally motivated, and some kids are categorized as externally motivated. Right. The externally motivated kid needs the coach to pull him to the side and have direct, hey, I need you to do this, man. We can't do this without you. Or when they do something, pat them on the back. Right. Hey, that was great, man. I'm glad you showed up. You got some kids who need that in order to excel and in order to take it to the next level. Right. Then you have kids that are internally motivated. That's like a Kobe Bryant. Yep. Kobe Bryant is, fuck that. I'm in the gym. I don't give a fuck. I'm in the dark. I'm in the gym before the birds get up. The birds are still, they got their head under their wings. I'm in this bitch.
On my way back from the gym, I kicked the rooster in the ass so he can crow.
Do you see what I'm saying? That nigga Shaq said he came to the gym one time. He was in there with the lights off, playing with no basketball. Doing the moves in his head of what he would do on the court in his mind.
So I use that example to place a blanket license over black folk. Black folks are more like Lamar Odom. We got all the potential in the world. Man. We 6'9". We could run point.
Yep. Could have been a better LeBron.
LeBron, Magic. He was all of them.
He was all of them.
But internally, don't have the same drive as, say, a Kobe. Mm-hmm. Doesn't have the same mental fortitude as Kobe. And does need, as a Scorpio, does need that motherfucking
external push.
Pat on the back. Thank you for your, I need you. That external push.
Really?
So for me, we get that in church. I need to go feel something. I need to go feel good about something.
Gotta right? Passer.
I need to go watch I need to go watch a Hidden Colors, right? So I can feel good, so I can feel uplifted, or I need to go watch somebody on YouTube, or I need to go do this, that, and the third. We have to be self-motivated to where we break up with our addiction to being stimulated. Because how often have you heard this same argument? You get the word on Sunday, but you return to the world as the same you on Monday.
Sunday evening.
I was about to say.
Sunday evening,
after church.
you done come down off that high.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when you figure out God was not grading on how many scriptures you could regurgitate? How many people you showed your draws when you was holding the Boko shine? What you gonna do when you find out he's grading heavier on the fact that you left the church parking lot in a 6-passenger Range Rover and went right past that sister to catch the bus with her 3 kids? Every Sunday you look her in the face. Every Sunday you never give her a ride. Wow. That's what he's doing.
Our critical thinker in the chat room called it junk food sermons.
Woo-wee. Go ahead. Yes, sir.
No
Absolutely.
nutritional value whatsoever.
9 fucking candy bars. 9 candy bars.
MSG sermons.
Yeah. Ooh, preacher showed out today. What was he talking about? See, there you go with that shit.
It's just, we want to be told you used to be kings. Yep. We want to be told you built the pyramid.
Yeah, we need to keep it out of reach.
Fuck all of that. I don't want to be told nothing. I want to start manifesting these things. I want to start. Listen, let me give you just a touch of something right now. Technologically speaking, there's a term the scientists use. They say the observable universe. That's because they can't see all of it.
The known universe, right.
The observable known universe, they can't see it all.
No.
So we limited. We're technologically limited. We can't even see the whole universe. Right. The observable known universe.
You barely see any of it.
That means there's a whole other part of it that's undiscovered, right? Okay, cool. Then you got that. Now watch this. There might be other universes.
Right.
You know how they figured that out? Okay, listen. Aristotle or Plato or whoever these motherfuckers was who stole some science from Egypt.
Right.
These motherfuckers said, oh, the atom is the smallest piece of matter on the planet Earth. That's why atom is Greek and Latin for indivisible.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But then as we got technologically advanced, we went inside that little motherfucker.
And said,
And there's a whole bunch of shit popping in and out of existence when it want to or when we're observing it. When it want to.
Right, turn to the camera, do the face
When it want to.
Right.
Popping in and out, right? Now, the shit that's crazy is they done went even further. Oh, the mathematics is so elegant. Oh, my God.
The krypton virus is elegant.
The mathematics is almost pornographic. Jesus Christ, I get a hard-on from string theory. Right? So now, electrons, protons, neurons, quarks, gluons, septons, all, nigga.
Decepticons.
All the way down till they get to something called strings.
Decons.
And say strings, like Kevin was talking about vibration.
Right.
Yep.
They say you can pluck the strings, theoretically speaking, and they give off tones like you could pluck a guitar or ukulele or violin. And they said this is the fundamental reality before you get to the Planck scale. Now, the Planck scale is just energy. It's too fucking small. You can't even ascertain what the fuck it is. It's just an energy field. But before that, before you get to the Planck scales, you get to these fucking incredibly, infinitesimally small strings.
That all of us are made of.
This is string theory, right? Mm-hmm. Now, peep game. At that level, all of reality comes out of that.
Yep. Yep.
Everything comes the fuck out of that. And I'm saying, at this deep level of reality, do you know we are that? All the way back up to who we are right now. Right. We are that, and we have the power to change any outcome in our lives.
Period.
Yes.
That energy field is dark energy.
But this is
they call it.
But this is why it is so important that I control the way you think. Because if I control the way you think, I can control the reality that you construct.
Yep.
Right.
That you manifest.
Right.
Nick, if I control the way you think, I'm only selling you straw.
Right.
And you're building.
I don't have to, and I don't have to control it to the fingerprint level. I can control it to the hand level or the arm. I don't have to go that deep because I only have to control your thinking that controls your actions within a given framework. Right. So I don't care if you're an electrician or a plumber or a carpenter. You can have all of that because that's within the framework. When you decide to jump out of the framework,
the matrix, motherfucker.
Now I got a problem.
Now watch this. The motherfucking strings at that level fold on top of each other. And they fold on top of each other so many times that every time it folds on top of each other, it creates another dimension. This is M theory, the multiverse. So what they're basically saying is everything that ever fucking happened in your life has multiple outcomes. You live in a part of reality that says you only get 12 notes from music.
Yes.
Right.
Nigga, what if you was in another reality that had 36 notes?
Right.
What would the Thriller album sound like with 36 notes?
Thank you.
What would Purple Rain album sound like with 36 notes?
And if you listen to Prince music very closely, many of his harmonies after he dropped his name defy those 12 notes. Because I listen to some of them harmonies, I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck is that? What is that?
Some of it is ugly, Geoff.
Frequency.
Yes.
So I'm just saying, like, we live like simpletons because it is against the law to let you know that you are as complex and as simple as the whole of the universe, which is the whole of God. I can't let you know the totality of your immeasurability.
That fucks up my whole shit.
I can't do that. I gotta give you an ego. I got to give you an identity. And then I got to make that identity weak.
Right. Right. I can't make y'all understand that the alley-oop and the no-look pass and the crossover are more real than traveling, more real than the double dribbles and free throws and how many seconds on the clock. That's shit I put in.
Right.
That's the shit. That's LION. That's not the animal. This is shit we put in to try to control this shit that you motherfuckers are obviously gods at. You are obviously you are leaping literally over us doing this shit. So we got to come up with leagues and playoff games and stats.
You need us to be a part of this.
You need us, right? You need us. And we gonna give you these debt coupons because if it ever got to your mind that you could just take a basketball and go to a gym and tell some niggas to meet you there and charge for tickets. If you ever figured that shit out, if we have to make this NBA thing the be all end all. So when you play in Europe, you ain't shit. And if you don't make it, you ain't shit. And if you ain't part of us, you ain't shit. If we don't make that, then who the fuck are we?
Well, listen, Geoff. All of these endless points have to stop somewhere.
But he's right though. Your talent, they'll find like LaMelo Ball. ESPN just gave millions of dollars to televise Australian basketball.
All right, and I'm sorry, it's 12:55. That's the end of the show. Jesus Christ! Listen, we don't have all the answers. This is organized chaos right here. It's organized confusion. Yeah, this is organized confusion on this show. We appreciate everybody for tuning in, everybody for chiming in. We thank everybody for hitting the like button, the share button, the super chat button. We appreciate this show, and we appreciate those who listen to us. Check this out. I'll be back tonight, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Dash Talk X for the Voice of Reason. Please don't hesitate to tune in. Thank you guys for tuning in to us now, and we out. Deuces.
Peace.
Nice string theory breakdown, cuz.
Yeah.
Nigga, that's funny.
Nigga, all this shit is music, nigga.